You're tuned in to 105.1, the music, muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. You back with your girl, the church secretary. We are live, and someone tried to tell me today we were internet radio, but you're live on the dial on 105.1, the music, muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. We'll be right back, guys. Keep it locked in. You can download our app. That's Knox Media Group. And follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, Twitch. You think of it, we got it. So we'll be back, guys.
A long, long way to go. And where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together. We're polishing up our act. If you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're rolling up. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the I know. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. We got it. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe. And if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together. We're gonna polish up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing listen to every word I say, every word I say. No. We're moving, we're grooving. We're moving, yeah. We're grooving. Move it. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I know the groove. Ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. Oh no. I'm on the move. I really got that groove. I know. We've got the groove. No need in trying, no, 'cause I ain't buying. No, don't try to stop us, no. Got the groove. I really got that groove. No need in denying, well, I ain't lying. I know. It's long, well. Ain't no stopping us. We've got the groove. Ain't no stopping us. It's been far too long, y'all. Just doing me while I get along. Ain't no stopping us now. Yeah. We're leaving the negative people way behind. Cause it ain't no. Please. Don't make me stop. See, I don't know where we're going or where we're gonna end up. We won't kind of polish up, keep us down. See, our town that finally came around. So we're on the move. We really got our move. We're moving straight. We got
You're tuned in to 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. We're back. It's Monday, and this is the lunchtime show with the old school preacher, the church secretary, that's me, and the choir president. So y'all see the church secretary's here by itself, but that's okay. Make it do what it do. The choir president is actually out sick. She's been sick for a while now. So y'all continue to lift her up in prayers. And the old school preacher is very busy, always working. But we thank you for tuning in to the baddest radio station from North Alabama to South Alabama. That's 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. And again, no, we're not an internet radio. You can turn it on in your car and you can listen to us all day long, no matter where you are, because we're the baddest radio station in the land. So make sure you keep it locked in. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor that the lunchtime crew is actually on right now. So we are on. But I want to send out my condolences to the families over in Michigan. There was a shooting over there this yesterday, actually. Want to send out my condolences. We recognize, there are many lives that was lost. Families are grieving. And we know the community is shaking up behind that, because for what I was reading, it was actually 8 people was shot. I'm trying to get back to us. I'll give you exactly the details. 8 people was shot in the shooting. 4 was killed. But I'm just not understanding people mindset right now. So the motive in the Michigan church shooting, still unknown. Officials say a suspect among 5 killed. So the suspect looked like he was killed and then he burned. So 5 people, including the suspect, were killed in the attack on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan on yesterday. Officials say a shooting at the Mormon church in Michigan is being treated as an act of targeted violence, but a motive is still not found. The suspect is named as Thomas Jacob Sanford, was killed after officers engaged in a gunfire with him in the church car parking lot, police say. So everyone has been accounted for, and officials are no longer searching for people in the remains of the church, Grand Blancs police say. So that was going on yesterday. But it's actually, like I said, it's actually sad, because I talked about this last week. We hear about more and more shootings. And I know they are getting ready to, actually today, the troops are actually over in Memphis. So we got the troops over in Memphis. And I was getting to my checking my message, make sure. So the troops are over in Memphis today. Well, this week. So they've sent over this week the National Guard and several federal agencies will arrive in Memphis. And the mission is to stop violent crime orders of the U.S. government. But what I'm not understanding is you're sending these troops over there. And is targeted as a violent. They always got something going on. Always have murders. And the governor, Bill Lee, says Memphis Safe Task Force would consist of the National Guard. They will have members and about 300 state troopers in the Memphis area. So he's actually asking for people to come there, for the troops to come to Memphis. But what I was getting at, we sending them to all these different places, but it seemed like all the shootings are happening places we just not used to hearing about. Because I know Oregon is actually, the shooting for oh my God, y'all know the one that was assassinated. That wasn't in that wasn't Memphis or anywhere. So all these targeted places that they're going for look like the troops just need to be everywhere. But Oregon is actually suing. Oregon sues Trump administration over deployment of National Guard troops to Portland. So the state of Oregon and the city of Portland have sued the Trump administration to stop it from deploying National Guard troops to Portland. So the suit names President Donald Trump, the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Defense Department Homeland Security Secretary Kristen Noem, the Department of Homeland Security as defendants. It asks a federal court in Portland to stop the Trump administration from deploying troops and declare the deployment unlawful. So they're actually suing the Trump administration over the deployment. But, like I say, so you're sending people to these different cities. At first, I was looking at, they sending them as target of Black people. But the people that are being killed, they're not in, you need to send them to areas where people are actually having issues. I think, just like you sent them, just like the shooting that happened in Michigan. What do y'all think? Y'all think that he's targeting Black people, but it's not really happening to us? What do you think? Y'all call in, get in on the conversation. The number is 256-365-1000. And for those of you just tuning in, I was talking about the shooting that actually happened in Blanc, Michigan. And now he's targeting to sending, Trump is targeting to Michigan. Not Michigan, Memphis, Portland. But to me, those are not the areas that's being targeted right now. Do you think he's being proactive, sending them there, and then it turns around and they needed to be in other places? What do y'all think? I just think he's sending them to different places, because just like, Charlie Kirk, that was Utah. So, again, I think he's sending these people, sending the troops to areas to harm or say is relevant because of us. But at the same time, all the killings or murders are in places where they are. So I don't know. I don't know what he should be doing, but I don't think he should be spending that type of money for that. Because just like right now, they are actually, the Democrat and Republican congressional leaders are heading for a meeting with President Trump about the government shutdown. And Trump is stating that he wants to keep the government open. He wants the government to be funded, but you're spending money on troops to go to Memphis and Oregon. So what do y'all think? I mean, I just think it's been spent. He's not thinking about the spending of where it needs to go. Call in. The number's 256-365-1000, 256-365-1000. It's a lot going on with that. I think he should evaluate and reconsider even sending the troops anywhere right now, and focus on, if you say you focus on the government workers, that's what you should be focused on, instead of trying to, send them off. I don't know. I just think sometimes we jump the gun on things, and then that's not what we should be doing. I mean, that's just my opinion. They shouldn't be sending the troops different places when you actually worried about the government shutting down. So I don't know. But had a good weekend this weekend at the Rogers Heritage Festival. So we want to thank AG Entertainment for that. It was a good event. The weather held out. And if you saw us out there, 105.9, we were out there, out and about. And want to thank everybody for coming by the table, or if you received a flyer, make sure you tune in, listen to us every day. The lunchtime show is on at 12, but listen to our radio station every day. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. If you'd like to be one of our sponsors of Knox Media Group, you can do so by calling us at 256-712-2888. That's 256-712-2888. Listen to us and be one of our sponsors here at Knox Media Group. And also, S&K Mortuary. If you're looking for a pre-need policy, they have a licensed insurance agent on site today. You could call over there. That's 334-792-4141. And they'll be able to get your policy wrote. That's 334-792-4141. That's S&K Mortuary at 1039 North Range Street in Dothan, Alabama. So I know I had a couple of people asking about pre-need policies. They are doing them. They are licensed to do them. So all you gotta do is call them. They'll set you up with an appointment. So go ahead and get that, get all your arrangements set up with S&K Mortuary. That's 1039 North Range Street in the city of Dothan, Alabama. So make sure you give them a call, let them know, hey, I need an appointment to get my pre-need set up. Let's plan ahead, and then your family don't even have to worry about that. I was sitting here this morning actually thinking about that, because today actually is it would have been my dad's birthday. I would have been celebrating my father's birthday. On Wednesday, I would have been celebrating my mom's birthday. So I was sitting there thinking about, those are things that I know I never have to do it again, because both of my parents are deceased. But if you're able to plan ahead, go ahead and do so. Get your pre-need policies. You could either sit down with someone and write up what you want to have done. And I think we wait to the last minute to do those things, and we leave that burden on our families. But you can go ahead and do that. Do all your pre-need policies now with S&K Mortuary, 1039 North Range Street in Dothan, Alabama. The telephone number is 334-792-4141. You don't want to leave so much of a burden on your family, so you can go ahead and get that taken care of today. Call over there for any details that you may have, or any questions that you may have, and they will be glad to answer those questions. That's S&K Mortuary, 1039 North Range Street in Dothan, Alabama. I'll be right back. I'm going to listen to a little music. We got some other announcements coming up. We got some other things going on in the news. We're going to talk about that when we come back, but make sure you keep it locked in to the baddest radio station from North Alabama to South Alabama. 105.1, the music, muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. Be right back, guys. We're back. You're tuned in to 105.1, the music must love the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. For those of you who are just tuning in with us, I was talking about the Michigan church shooting that occurred on yesterday, and also was talking about the government shutdown, and our president states that he doesn't want the government shutdown. But I'm like, you don't want the government shutdown, but you're spending money sending troops to different cities and states. You could be using that money to keep the government going if that's the issue. You say, the money is the issue. So if that's the issue, so I just feel like we spend money on things that is not a necessity, but then you have all these people without a job, and then it'd be something else. I don't know. It was two people in Dothan news. We had two people injured in a crash in Ashford, the train crash. So a car was hit by a train for a second time in a week in Ashford. The crash occurred at the intersection of 8th Avenue and Old Highway 84 about 8:30 on last night. Traffic in the area was heavy as drivers left and canceled. No, this was Friday night. So, but that's two crashes in 1 week over at that train. So we want to keep those families lifted up in prayer. Because if y'all see the pictures, they said the two people was transported to the hospital. Injuries are unknown. But that car looked like these people, they should be thanking the Lord. Because that car is, the driver's side was on the passenger side. So that's in Dothan news. And also in the Dothan news, I was just looking at local child takes action to help provide jackets for schoolmates. So a little girl is trying to make a big impact at her school by helping those in need. The Andalusia Elementary School student is working her hardest to gather funds so she can donate coats to her classmates before the weather turns chilly. So 8-year-old Langley, who serves as Miss Andalusia and Miss Covington County, is warming bodies and hearts with fundraising initiative, the Warm Hearts Project. So that's over in Andalusia. So if you have some coats and want to get them out, make sure you get them out to that school. And the person who is taking them up is 8-year-old Vivian Langley. So that's over in Andalusia Elementary School. So y'all go over and help her out, support the cause of what she's trying to do for her classmates and the community in that area. So y'all make sure y'all do that. We got a lot going on. Want to again send out our condolences to those in the church shooting. Want to send out our condolences to those families. It's just so much going on that I mean, it's just hard to even wrap your head around everything that's going on. And then people have the audacity to walk around and be in a bad mood because of different things. I'm just grateful to be alive because there's so much happening nowadays. Again, like I was saying earlier, I was actually I was just sitting here remembering everything, remembering my parents. Both of them would have been celebrating birthdays this week. My dad's today, my mom is Wednesday. But you know what? Even with that being said, I'm thankful to be alive because it could have been the other way. And then you have people who are sick. And I mean, I think yesterday we were at church and we actually had 7 people that we added to our prayer list. So we want to keep families lifted up, the mindset of people. Just, be who you are, and don't try to consume too much, because depression and stress, all those things work hand in hand. And right now, I believe is running rapid on people. So y'all make sure we do that. Because like I said, mental illness is real, and you don't have to be, people go around and say you're crazy. It's just life. Life is lifing. So just make sure you be true to people, be loyal to people, and don't be loyal to people to see what you can get out of the situation. Be loyal to people because it's the right thing to do. And then loyalty, I look at people saying people are not loyal to me, or they're not friends of mine. I just feel like sometimes I think people are looking for more than what the persons or people are giving them. And so they anticipate or say people are not loyal. Have you even told them what they're not doing? Talk to people. And I think that's the issue we at right now. I was talking about last week about we're not able to if the internet, social media go down for 6 months, what will we do? But I think people are just not, we don't communicate. And sometimes I have this bad thing. I don't really, I'm a black and white person, meaning I text it, but I can go back and explain or express how I really truly feel through verbal. But people, they twist your words, misconstrue your words, say you didn't say that. So I'd rather text you and get it over with. And that way I can go back to my text and say, yes, I did. And I explained it, or I expressed it this way. You may just misunderstood me. And then sometimes we misunderstand people because we're already on the defense. We're already thinking the worst, or we already thinking they're not going to do it, or always thinking they're saying something other than what they're saying. A lot of people misconstrue text just because of your mindset at that time. And the person who's sending the text may be honestly, genuinely sending out a great text, but you taking words out of content. I think a lot of things are being taken out of content nowadays, and people are just on the edge, and that way they're able to and they just doing what they do. Yeah. In the news, a man accidentally released from prison after being convicted of murder. So a 24-year-old black man from Memphis who was convicted of first-degree murder walked free from custody due to paperwork mistake, tied to a separate theft charge. Authorities say deputies are now searching for him after his unexpected release. So court records show that he was found guilty in September the 24th, 2025 in Shelby County. The conviction stems from a June 2020 shooting in Whitehaven, where a 27-year-old was killed while sitting in his car. So they let the man out because of paperwork error. They're going to give him more time, but he wasn't the one let us. And see, that's communication. It's easily can be done on paperwork error because he had more than one charge. But what he did was wrong, true enough. But you're going to punish him because he was let out, and probably going to fire the other person. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how things happen. Yeah. I don't know. But that's what's happening. Also in the news, a black author aims to break generational cycles, challenging the prison of the mind in Black. So she's writing books and going to give them all to. She's going to start working on giving them to prisoners, to Black prisoners, to change their mindset. I don't think that's going to help. I think basically that's more of a people got to want to change. That's just like I was watching a TV show last night. Yes, y'all, I have gotten into TV. Well, I got just a couple of little series that I enjoy watching, but I was watching one last night, and one of the young men was actually, he basically admitted that a lot of his adult trauma came from things that happened to him as a child, and then now that he's an adult, he's around the same situation, so he's never been let go of the situations. And so one of the people on the show actually, they were talking in general, and they said, why do people blame their childhood? And I could see why they blame it, because if you've never been taken out of the situation, you grew up in it, now you're in it as an adult. How do you know to do different if you're not around different? And that's what, so many people, they always saying what you shouldn't do. But if you're not there to help them to get better, why even talk about it? And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people telling you what you shouldn't be doing, but they've never been in the position or the situation that you're in. And they could only give you the opinion of what they're doing. They can try to teach you to do better, but if you continuously set in that same position, and in your mindset, you gotta be around positive people, pray about it, read scriptures in order to change your mindset. But so they were trying to dog him out because he wanted to go to rehab, but then when he went to rehab, he didn't know how to stay at rehab, because it's like the administration at the rehab didn't actually coach him along on how to get out of it. So, I just think everybody needs somebody to help them get to the next level of life. What you think? Call in. The number is 256-365-1000. 256-365-1000. Call in. Let me know what you think on that. Do you think people are able to just shake it off? And some people are, shake it off and move on. But what do y'all think? Call in and get in on the conversation. Message our Facebook page or Instagram or TikTok or even our YouTube page and let me know what y'all think. Because I think, some people need help. They need to know that they are loved. They need to know that they are cared for, and not allow everything to be about you. So many times we always saying, well, you don't understand, you don't understand what I'm going through. But do we even listen to other people? Do we really listen to other people to see what they're going through? Because I know I'm one of those people. I just listen. I don't ever really express myself. And then when I do, some people, I say I just go too far and I explode. But, it's like, who do you talk to? Because a lot of people misconstrue what you're saying. They take it and then they'll lie and say, well, they didn't say that. It's crazy. But it is life. But I want to make everything positive. I want y'all to understand. Knox Media Group is here for you. We're working on Thanksgiving in the Park right now. Mark your calendars for Thanksgiving in the Park. Is coming up in November. We have Dr. Jamal Bryant coming up November the 23rd. You still have time to get your tickets for that. Had someone ask about tickets for that on yesterday. You can visit our website. That's www.knoxmediagroupinc.org and get your tickets for Dr. Jamal Bryant coming to the Renaissance Resort and Spa at 5:00 p.m. And also in November, we'll be celebrating the Old School Preachers anniversary on the 5th Sunday in November. We have a lot going on, but we want to make sure you're involved. Come on now and be part of it. We got some other things that's coming up. We're going to give you dates on those things, but we want you to be involved. Make sure you support your community, support other people. It's very important that we support one another. And if there's anything that we could do, if you have a public service announcements, you can send those to info@knoxmediagroupinc.org. No matter if you're in North Alabama or South Alabama, the email address for the public service announcements are info@knoxmediagroupinc.org. And we'll make sure we get those out for you. And also, if you would have trouble purchasing tickets, I know I had someone say they had a trouble purchasing tickets online. We do have paper tickets here at the station. You could call us at 256-712-2888, and we would get you directions so you could come purchase your tickets for Dr. Jamal Bryant. But tell your pastor, tell your friends, let's get a table together. So 8 people are at the table. And remember, this here event your ticket price comes with dinner. So that's Dr. Jamal Bryant coming to the Renaissance Resort and Spa on November the 23rd. So go ahead and do that. And we got a couple of council meetings community meetings that's coming up. I know District 2 is having one on tomorrow night at 5:15. I get the actual time on that. District 2 is having one tomorrow. District 1 is having one on next Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll give you more details on those. We have a Pink Alabama. Pink Alabama is hosting their annual run. We have breast cancer awareness, free mammograms going on this month. So I'll make sure you get those. We actually have some people coming on from the community health center that will be talking with y'all. So we got a lot going on, but we want to make sure you are we are addressing your needs, letting you know what's going on, because our radio station here at Knox Media Group is about love, unity, and diversity. And that's love, unity, and diversity. So remember that. But we're going to take a quick little break. I need to get a little water. My throat is dry. We'll be right back. This is Family Manners by Drake. You're tuning into 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. Be right back, guys.
We're back with a vengeance. That's right, 105.9 Dothan, Alabama, the vibe.
We're back. You're tuning in to 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. We thank you for tuning in to the baddest radio station from North Alabama to South Alabama, where our motto is love, unity, and diversity. And like I said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we got a couple of people going to come on the air, talk about, breast cancer and the different free events that's coming up. As I know there's some free health events coming up that we would love for our community to be involved in. Also, we have some other things going on in our community. But we want to make sure that you send us any public service announcements. That's to info@knoxmediagroupinc.org, and we'll make sure we get those out for you. Got some community events coming up. I'll make sure I get you those dates. And I know Councilwoman Katrina Simmons, they have one on next the 7th and the 9th. So I get you those, the information for those. District 2 has one coming up on tomorrow. But I get you that time. I want to say it's 5:15. But I'll make sure you get that. The only way we can make a change, we can't talk about it, we got to be about it. So we got to get out and support our community, support what's going on. So therefore, we can make a change in our communities. That's one thing, we always talk about what's not happening, but the question is, what are you doing to help things happen? I was thinking about that yesterday on my lazy day, because I definitely had a lazy day yesterday. So many of us complain. All we do is complain about, well, this ain't going on. You complaining amongst people that can't do anything, saying this ain't going on or that's not going on. But what are you doing besides complaining? Those are questions that we need to think about. If you're not getting out to your community meetings or going to your board meetings, what are you doing? We got to make a change. We got to do something different in order to receive something different. So we're going to do that. But I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I thank you for tuning in. And again, want to send our condolences to the people over in Grand Blanc, Michigan, on that fatality that happened over there. So we want to send our condolences to them from Knox Media Group. Again, make sure you keep it locked in to the baddest radio station from North Alabama to South Alabama. That's 105.1, the Music Show, and 105.9, the Vibe Alabama. We'll be right back, guys.